Hello, I'm Laura McHarrie at The Hidden Edge with another tea break tip on how to use business models and tools to help you manage your growing business. Today, we're taking a quick look at the Equalities Act 2010. This piece of legislation forms the basis of most of the recent rules and regulations in relation to employing people. There are 9 protected characteristics and 7 definitions of discrimination that need to be considered. As an employer, it is your responsibility to ensure that you and your staff behave legally. So let's have a look at the 9 protected characteristics. The protected characteristics under the Equality Act 2010 are age, disability, gender reassignment, marriage, civil partnership, pregnancy, maternity, race, religion or belief, including lack of belief, sex and sexual orientation. So let's look at those in a bit more detail. Age. The Act protects employees of all ages, but remains the only protected characteristic that allows employers to justify direct discrimination. For example, if an employer can demonstrate that to apply a different treatment because of somebody's age constitutes a proportionate means of meeting a legitimate aim, then no discrimination will have taken place. Disability. The Act includes a new protection arising from disability and now states that it is unfair to treat a disabled person unfavourably because of something connected with a disability. An example provided is the tendency to make spelling mistakes arising from dyslexia. Also, indirect discrimination now covers disabled people, which means that the job applicant could claim that a particular rule or requirement disadvantages people with that disability. The Act includes a provision which makes it unlawful, with limited exceptions, for employers to ask about a candidate's health before offering them work. Race. The Act continues to protect people against discrimination on the grounds of their race, which includes colour, nationality, ethnic or national origin. Faith or beliefs. The Act continues to protect people against discrimination on the grounds of their religion or their beliefs, including lack of any belief. Sex. The Act continues to protect both men and women against discrimination on the grounds of their sex, for example, paying women less than men for doing the same job. Sexual orientation. The Act continues to protect bisexual, gay, heterosexual, and lesbian people from discrimination on the grounds of their sexual orientation. Pregnancy and maternity. The Act continues to protect women against discrimination because they are pregnant or have given birth. Marriage and civil partnership. The Act continues to protect employees who are married or in a civil partnership. Single people, however, are not protected by the legislation against discrimination. Gender reassignment. It is discriminatory to treat people who propose to start or have completed a process to change their gender less favourably, for example, because they are absent from work for this particular reason. Understanding the 9 protected characters is one part of the Equalities Act. It also lays out 7 types of discrimination. Direct discrimination occurs when somebody is treated less favourably than another person because of a protected characteristic that they have. Associative discrimination, it's direct discrimination against someone because they associate with another person that does have a protected characteristic. Perceptive discrimination is direct discrimination against an individual because others think they possess a particular protected characteristic. It applies even if the person doesn't actually possess that characteristic. Indirect discrimination occurs in your business when it has a condition, rule, policy, or even a practice that applies to everyone but disadvantages people who do have the protected characteristic. Harassment is unwanted conduct related to a relevant protective characteristic, which has the purpose or effect of violating an individual's dignity or creating an intimidating, hostile, degrading, humiliating, or offensive environment for that individual. Employees will be able to complain of the behaviour that they find offensive, even if it is not directed at them. The Equalities Act also makes businesses potentially liable for harassment of employees and students by people, that is third parties, who are not employees, such as customers, suppliers and visitors. Victimization occurs when an employee is treated badly because they have made or supported a complaint or raised a grievance under the Equalities Act, or because they are suspected of doing so. Is not protected from victimization if they have maliciously made or supported an untrue complaint. So the thing is, how robust are your policies and procedures? The company policies and procedures that you ought to be looking at are recruitment, pay and benefits, employment terms and conditions, training, promotion opportunities, redundancies, discipline and dismissal. Here's a template where you can use as an audit to enable you to comment about what perhaps might need to be addressed within each of those company policies and procedures. You can also go to the ACAS website, where you'll find the ACAS Model Workplace. This is an online self-assessment that will allow you to business online. The Equalities Act extends protections that were previously not specifically covered. Employers now need to be aware of the 7 types of discrimination and ensure that not only they behave within the law, but their employees, suppliers, and their customers do too. Do check your policies and procedures. You can download the templates from the Hidden Edge website. And whilst you're there, do share your stories of employment law issues too. I'm building a portfolio of case studies and would love to include your stories as well. So until next tea break time, enjoy the rest of this one.